Hello. Today is Saturday, January 8th, 2021 at 11:46 a.m. Um, well, this computer is acting funny. It's acting weird and and there's a a line on the left side of my computer. You know, a line on the left side of my computer that got me a little worried. And it just appeared like maybe 10 minutes ago. Because earlier when I turned this thing on, they didn't have this line on the computer. And the computer has been acting like a little funny and a little malfunctioning. But it's a refurbished computer that I bought for, I think it was $200 and no tax. I could be wrong. And that was at Best Buy in the beginning of August 2019 with my work paycheck from when I was working at the Roger Scott Pool through the YMCA. So so I'm about to put my earbuds in because me being easily distracted by the cars, the noise from the cars passing by. So so I guess with my MP3 player and the earbuds, I end up I guess not really not realizing how loud I would be talking. But that's because I had my earbuds in. But other people, they don't they don't come knock on the door and tell me you're talking too loud or you're screaming too loud. But well, I think it's those dream manipulation nightmares that I end up having where I will have a dream or a nightmare about going back to the places that I'm supposed to be banned from forever. And recently, I mean, let's see, I don't know. I got banned from at least a minimum of 5 places this year due to the gang stalking. So I don't know, like a couple of months or maybe a few months ago, I had a weird dream about myself going back to the fake dirty YMCA downtown. And for me to go back there, I had a dream about going back there and then sneaking up in there in a dream and hoping that I wouldn't get caught. And then and then narrowly escaping running out of there before I could get arrested and go to jail. And it's like they must, I mean, in real life I wouldn't do that. But and I'm not the type of person who would do that, and I don't like doing stuff like that. But it's like I don't know if they did that use the dream manipulation to do stuff like that on purpose to try to remind me I mean, as a way to humiliate me and make me feel ashamed and try to remind me of my so-called punishment or whatever. But I'm like, just like the perps kept throwing it in my face about repeatedly about being beat up about beat up by the married person, and her name is Marietta Denise McLeod. She who beat me up in 2020, and they probably let her out in less than 3 months. Um, so she was supposed to have been locked up for at least 1 or 2 years behind what she did to me, but they let her run free, and then they used her to do some more perping. When I first met her and saw her around, you would have thought that she seemed quiet and humble, but then she would always give people this whatever artwork she made, and she was part of the fake Jehovah's Witnesses cult. But I'm wondering, why won't the cult help her? No, I wouldn't even say it like that, but we all need to get away from these cults and turn to Jesus Christ. But I know my cult didn't help me, so why should I go back? They don't care. Because of the foster mom smear campaign is the reason why the IMR cult members look at us a certain way. My twin sister did whatever she did to gain favoritism and favorship with those people. I was always outcasted. And I said, what's the point of being part of a religion where nobody likes you? So anyway, I won't say last night because I didn't get to fall asleep last night. So it was this morning. Shortly before I woke up, I had a nightmare, a bad dream that I don't even want them in my dreams. A bad dream about going back to Sky Zone and jumping on the trampolines. The place where I'm wrongfully and unjustly banned for the rest of my life, and the perps want to make a mockery, and they won't allow me to forget that. And other so-called targeted individuals weren't supportive of me, and they victim blamed me and yelled at me, and I had like no support and no closure for what happened to me with the Sky Zone job. And it's like, well, damn, it's like when you're in a crisis is when you know who your real friends are, and there are none when you're in a crisis. But everyday complaints about this targeting, oh yeah, they'll listen. But when you got a crisis, they kick you down even harder and don't want to hear it. But then you gotta hear them crying and complain about their dad choking them, or them getting into an argument with their sister, and the sister telling them, "Oh, I wish you die," or them get. I mean, if they have an altercation with their mom, or if they have an altercation with their boyfriend or girlfriend, or you're mad because your boyfriend took the keys from you or confiscated the keys from you, or you have to deal with your best friend who you're staying by their house, and then they throw you out. And I gotta hear y'all. I gotta listen to y'all, and be there for y'all, and listen to y'all for 5 hours, and be supportive of y'all. But what I went through, all you did was say, oh, you shouldn't have told all your business, or you shouldn't have told nobody. I didn't tell people on the internet where I worked at. But they acting like as if they want the online perps acting like they wanted to find some context clues and hunt for where I work at. But before the incident, I never told anybody I work at Sky Zone. So And then one so-called target who then turned around and started perping me, she turned around and say, "Well, next time don't tell nobody you got a job at all. You shouldn't tell your business or whatever." A narcissistic abuser that's 14 years younger than me. So if you're targeted and then she perp me more than once. And so when you're in a crisis, you ain't got no friends. You don't have any friends when you're in a crisis. When you're in a crisis, you don't have any friends. But I gotta, as I said, your boyfriend your baby daddy taking the kids from you. I gotta listen to, that. So I mean, they use the dream manipulation to force me to be reminded about the sky zone thing. Like in the dream, you know, it was weird that, that I snuck up in there hoping to not get caught. But they got cameras everywhere in real life. So I don't know how in a dream they will manipulate the idea of me sneaking up in there hoping to not get caught and then hurry up and run out of there hoping I wouldn't go to jail. In a dream. But in real life, I wouldn't do anything like that. If they say, and I really think that's an abuse of power, that I'm wrongfully banned from Sky Zone, and one police officer said you did nothing wrong. He told me I did nothing wrong. And I think it's miraculous for me to have been able to have, other job opportunities afterwards. But even then, like one of my first days working, I had an altercation with a 20-year-old, somebody young enough to be my offspring, who was and he was being hypocritical and didn't follow his own quote unquote rules. And then they had a whole bunch of perps. I mean, almost like more than half the employees there were perps, and they were all young. And a lot of the guests there were perps as well. Go there and break the rules on purpose, to try to get me to say something. And then, if I say, well, you can't, the rules say you can't have your baby jumping and, on the big trampoline. They got to go by the, the kids area. And then they're making like as if I'm bothering and harassing them. And they figured that they would go there, the perps would go there and just do what the hell they want on purpose to try to set me up to get fired anyway, hoping that I would get fired. And they probably got a free entrance in there by being perps. And all the managers, everybody was a perp. So, it's like, but some people say that, oh, the managers have even other professed targets said, oh, the manager had a right to fire you. Why would you say that? And then turn around and say that, well, you need to go file a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit. Well, why should I go sue if they got all these fake rights to fire me? And then say, well, you didn't do anything wrong. Well, why do I deserve to get fired then? I mean, I was talking about workplace mobbing and all that, but the online perps try to call up and lie and say that I was talking about gangs and race. That's what the police officer tried to say. They had 3 of them. One of them that said from the Escambia County Sheriff's. One of them said, you did nothing wrong and was on my side. And the other one was just a narcissistic bully show off and say, oh, social media could come back and bite you in the butt. And was trying to bully, harass, and threaten me. And he was old enough that his fucking ass should have been retired. And then the other one was just quiet and didn't say anything, not one word. And then all the staff, I mean, and they had a whole big street theater crowd, to everybody crowded, wanting to crowd around just to see the humiliation and embarrassment of me being dismissed and fired. And I told y'all about how the police, I would have nightmares about getting arrested and going to jail for life, or getting arrested. I had numerous traumatizing nightmares about me getting, they try to, have the dream manipulation nightmares for me to be locked up in prison for life. And sometimes, a lot of times in a dream, I would have committed no crime and done nothing really wrong. And, they would do the dream manipulation to have me locked up in prison for life and ain't never getting out. But Alex Dupree would do a lot of targeted individuals. We not criminals, we law-abiding citizens. And they try to deliberately and on purpose provoke us to violence. And Alex has tried numerous times to try to provoke me to violence. Well, I never got violent with him, but he would try to deliberately and on purpose try to provoke me to violence, hoping that he could have me to be a victim of police brutality, set me up to be a victim of police brutality. And I almost got wrongfully harmed by the police on January 1st, 2020, on New Year's. And I had just an all-around bad, fucked up day that day. Call the police on me, like put himself there where he knew the path where I was going. That's stalking, or he would have himself on the bus before I get there, and then he would hide. And he knows that I usually sit in the back, so he would hide, and then he would duck and hide when I get on the bus, and then usually stalkers make it to your destination before you do, and they do it just to stalk you. But I'm like, I can't believe this is fucking bizarre. And then you're making it like as if I'm the, they'll reverse it and make it like as if I'm the one stalking, following, and harassing them. I don't know you, and I want nothing to do with you. Nothing about your life interests me. So why the hell you've been stalking, following, and harassing me for over 2 years, and reverse it on me and making it like as if I'm doing it to you, and then turn around and act like you want to invite me to sell my soul and deny Jesus Christ and become a prostitute and a perp. And that's the only time I'll ever get any kind of fake nice out of you, is when you want to pretend to fake like you're sorry for what you did. And then, but it wasn't even, well, yeah, he did say, look, I'm sorry, okay? Pretending to act like, fake like he wants to apologize. And because I rejected, he tried to say, oh, I would help you, but I don't give any of my money to Christians. And he acted like, and he admitted that he's a gay Freemason. And, but, who the hell is a man that walks around with a pink duffel bag, with that directed energy weapon equipment, and he got some books and stuff. He would even gang stalk me at the library on UWF campus as well. And he would gang stalk me near PSC campus and by the mall, and, gang stalk me on the bus ride to the beach. But then once we get to the beach, I don't know where else he would go. And it's like, it's strange that this person is, following me everywhere. But he makes it to my destination before I do. And wait a minute. He made it was about a week or two ago, and he sent me an illegal text message saying that he was gonna hit me with the orgasmo blaster or something, meaning that he was gonna hit me with the directed energy weapons to that he want hit me that he was gonna hit me with the directed energy weapons to cause me to have orgasm or forced orgasm or something, y- you know. So there's something that I'm not ready to unleash yet because the perps, um you know, I don't want intensified or additional harassment and abuse for something that's mine, that belongs to me, so I'm not going to announce it yet. But to run me off from what belongs to me, what rightfully belongs to me, that's not yours. And nobody's putting these demons to a stop. And I did not know that the devil or people who serve the devil could be self-righteous and enforce rules, or try to tell you what you're doing that's wrong or breaking the law, or or something like that. If you serve the devil, but you're talking about me doing something illegal or being fraudulent. I've never had a reputation, and I've never been that type of person to do something illegal, knowingly or willfully, trying to get away with doing something illegal or fraudulent or anything like that. You know, I try to do right and try to live honestly. They had certain things in my life back then. I didn't know the Bible, and despite being in this Bible class, I didn't know the whole Bible or the truth about the Bible. So but in God's eyes, I've been committing spiritual crimes. We all commit spiritual crimes or sins. I call it spiritual crimes because jail is like hell is like eternal prison. Like if you do wrong on this earth, you go to jail or prison. But if you do wrong spiritually, if you think you're a good or righteous person, but you do wrong, then you go to hell. But they got some people who would do right, think they're doing right, but they don't believe in Jesus. So they would still go to hell because they're doing what's right in their own eyes and they don't believe in Jesus. So, but they got some people who do claim to believe in Jesus and not right with God and still going to hell. I feel like if I died today, I'm not righteous enough or worthy enough to go to heaven. I still feel like I ain't good enough, but I heard that that's a humble spirit to admit that, because they got a lot of people who profess to be Christian, and even some unbelievers swear that they just know that they're going to heaven. To me, that's religious narcissism. Religious narcs think they're going to heaven. They're sure they're going to heaven. Without They have no doubt. And then they'll abuse that scripture that talks about make your calling and election sure. But how if you use the Bible to manipulate and abuse people and stuff like that? So anyway, um, today is day 5. I started Wednesday of me trying to do the oil pulling with the coconut oil, and I must be all kinds of toxic. Because I looked in the mirror today, or was it last night, and saw how fat my legs are, how fat I am, and been living like this every day for years, and realizing me being obese like this ain't normal. I gotta do something. And so, that's not normal, and I gotta do something about it. You know, and so I probably do have bad candida overgrowth from eating all that ice cream or desserts and stuff, suffering depression. And it's Saturday. I won't be eating dessert today, but I call myself trying to wean myself off of desserts. And I had desserts twice this week. This past week. But I need to work my way to have. I mean, I didn't realize that maybe I don't have any way to make my own organic homemade desserts. But if I would have, I didn't realize you can have just fruit alone and it be dessert. Maybe I need to practice that. You know, some people try to say don't even eat fruit because it has sugar. But with the vitamins and minerals and the fiber, it that will be helpful to your body. So it shouldn't. I think people are giving wrong information if they try to say that, oh, don't even consume any fruit. I mean, I can see limiting, but to cut out fruit completely, they might have certain vitamins or minerals that vegetables don't have. You know, I don't know, but it's like I noticed that with the regular standard gallon of milk, it's I would have a lot of mucus and having a lot of snorting and stuff. But you know, being here, I had to spend a little more for some. It's called Organic Valley milk or something like that, and I would drink that, and I wouldn't have that much mucus production. But sometimes I would have almond milk. Well, I haven't had almond milk in a long time, and I I I gotta get over the hurdle of my sweets addiction. But it's due to the depression as well. So I've been having the tooth abscess in my mouth, and if I figured that if that man said that having that the oil pulling was detoxing his blood, you know, then he said it was powerful enough to be detoxing his blood, and it was powerful enough to be detoxing his blood, and he said he nearly died because of some kind of blood medication that he had. He said he had to take that blood, you know, some medication for his blood that he was taking. He said he was taking medication for his blood, and he said he nearly died because because medication is toxic, toxins, poison. But he must have felt like he needed the medication. But he said he nearly died from the oil pulling out the medication. I don't know. It was a comment on YouTube on one of those oil pulling videos. But I'm not taking any medication right now. But they said that oil pulling, take a spoonful of coconut. I mean the virgin, unrefined coconut oil. It's white, like a cloudy. It's white, not yellow, white. So you put a teaspoon or a tablespoon in your mouth. Don't swallow it, and swish the oil back and forth, like back and forth, side to side, up and down, and move it through your, like suction it, like suck it through your teeth sometimes, and like, go side to side, up and down, back and forth, and just pulling all the viruses, germs, bacteria, and infection or whatever out of your system and out of your body. And I heard that somebody who was doing some kind of, if it wasn't opioids or fentanyl or something, he said he was doing some kind of drug. I mean, I heard that some guy was, when he started to do oil pulling, or either that or take 2 tablespoons of coconut oil every day. And he said that it eliminated his desire to want to do drugs. And the same thing I heard with cigarettes. That some people who smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol, that consuming coconut oil or doing the oil pulling eliminated their desire to want to do the it eliminated their desire to want to do the whatever substance abuse. And I've heard some people say that oil pulling or consuming coconut oil, it suppresses your appetite, and so it eliminated their desire to want to eat sweets and sugar, plus gave them more energy. So the government got it backwards. That they lied to us and say that it's the carbs that give you energy, but it's actually good fats that give you energy. Because like if you have refined carbs, like pancakes, and then you feel sluggish throughout the day, unless you make them organic, and if you have like organic almond flour pancakes with eggs and some honey and stuff, like, and raw honey, then, and I don't have the the equipment to make something like that, but I heard that might, or coconut flour pancakes would give you more energy than just the regular standard pancakes with Crisco oil. Crisco oil is not nutritious. Crisco, mazola, corn oil, or regular vegetable oil, margarine, I found out that's not good. So virgin coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil, or cold pressed avocado oil, grapeseed oil, those are, was healthy for us. And they got some other oils out there. Oh, palm oil is another one. But the new agers, the new age fake vegetarians and vegans try to say, oh, palm oil isn't sustainable or whatever. But but they'll say that it's not sustainable. Like, y'all care about saving the earth when the Bible says that heaven and and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. You know, so that's crazy that with the Georgia Guidestones and the elite and the New Agers, they want for humans to be killed off. They want humans to be killed off, but depopulation. They want humans to be killed off, but then they want to save the earth. So you know, it's just backwards. So today is the 5th day in a row that I did the day 5 of me doing the oil pulling. And yesterday and the day before, the the abscess is shrunk big time. But then after I ate the chicken yesterday evening, it inflated. But then it got a little smaller this morning. So I had a peanut butter sandwich with the Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread this morning with some mango juice. It was like mango, apple, and banana juice. And still drinking my water. And so, I got me a little groceries yesterday afternoon. And so for now, I'm kind of confused because, well, let me tell y'all something. I think it was Wednesday night. Wait, no. I think it was Wednesday night. Well, super early Thursday morning, I start to feel vertigo. But then I didn't feel it Thursday night and Friday morning. I didn't have the vertigo. But then last night, shortly before bed, I had a strange headache that randomly was out of nowhere. And I went to try to lay down. And it was weird because usually I have the vertigo. It mainly comes at night. And when I'm laying down during the day, everything's fine. But at nighttime, you know, well, I just started to get a dizzy headache right here, right when I'm talking about it. But me laying on my back is, or try to get up is when I have vertigo. But I'm usually fine with laying on my side. But I couldn't lay on my stomach, my back, or my side without the vertigo. And I had vertigo and nausea. And so I put one pillow on top of the other and try to sleep with my head elevated. That helped me feel a little bit better. So I called myself trying to go to sleep. It was like a little after 11:15 last night. And then, it took me 2 hours. I still couldn't go to sleep. Then I went to use the bathroom. It was 1:39 in the morning. I had to use the bathroom. And I don't remember whether or not I had any sleep by then. But then it was 3:39 in the morning. 2 hours later, exactly 2 hours later, I had to use the bathroom again. And then finally, I guess, went to sleep and woke up a couple of more times throughout the morning. And even got up exactly 8 o'clock and had to use the bathroom. Still felt tired and sleepy and tried to get as much sleep as I could. And then finally woke up at about a little after, somewhere around 10:45. And so I'm sitting down and my heart is beating hard, racing, beating fast, and I'm feeling kind of out of breath. So they must be hitting me with the energy weapons and doing remote neural monitoring on me right now. Um, but back to the oil pulling and stuff. I Some people, I guess they'll try for a few days, or even try with the bentonite clay, try for a few days, and then just don't see results, and then they get discouraged and then quit, and then they end up never really healing for whatever sickness, and then go back to um their regular doctor and then get pharmaceuticals. But some people I've heard that they haven't given up, and sometimes you'll think you don't see results for 1 or 2 weeks or even a month, and then after a while, um at the last minute, everything start pulling out. I mean, you notice a difference and everything start pulling out. you know Everything start pulling out, and you start noticing, after a while. So it probably was Tuesday or Wednesday, between Tuesday and Thursday, I think, one of those days, that even on the right side of the back of my mouth, I was flossing my teeth, and for some reason, I don't know why, it bled kind of bad. And then I would have, like, this tooth would hurt, and this one, and of course the one in the back with the abscess on it. And so I just need to find. I have tried to put the activated charcoal poultice on my mouth. I mean, but it didn't seem like. But some people, as I said, I could. I mean, with me trying to with me trying to put it in my mouth, I felt afraid that I was gonna choke if I slept with the charcoal poultice in my mouth. I was afraid I was gonna choke on a cotton pad. But maybe I should try it again. If my head is elevated with the pillows, if my head is elevated, maybe I probably won't have to worry about choking. So I maybe should try it again and just keep on trying it with the putting the charcoal poultice to draw out the infection. And I have, this kind of went down a little bit, this boil right here. And for the past couple of days, I've been having a swollen lymph node right below my earlobe right here. So I guess my immune system must be weak. But I've been trying, like last night, I had some, I had some chicken. I thought it was lemon pepper, but I had some chicken. It didn't taste. It had no flavor, and I had some chicken and I had some salad. Like mixed vegetables, mixed raw vegetables and chicken for dinner. And like for breakfast, yesterday I had the flax. I mean oatmeal with flax seeds, and then I had like for like a snack or dessert, I had like a smoothie bowl with some fruit on it and honey and stuff like that, and more oats and flax, which I didn't realize. And then I tried to get um tuna. I mean, no, I tried to get a turkey sandwich from Publix yesterday when I went grocery shopping, and that guy with the name tag Serena, he was rude, awkwardly rude to me. He named three types of bread that I could choose. So see, usually when people point up three, they do three like this. But when they have people who want to perp me, they do three like that. They do that on purpose. So, um, okay, picture these are my fingers are different types of bread, right? So if this is white, and this is 5 grain, and this is 5 grain. And so if they have a white and a 5 grain right here, why would the guy need to point like this at the bread with the devil horns? You say white or this. He point like this instead of like this. With the name tag Serena and you a dude, you a guy. So I'm like, never mind. I'll go somewhere else. And then they had this father and a whole bunch of kids come pass right by when I was trying to when I tried to get the motherfucker on film. You know, he said white wheat or 5 grain bread or something. And I was trying to get the jerky turkey sandwich. And so I went to Jersey Mike's, you know, to get me a tuna sandwich instead. You know, and I ended up spending a little bit less money too. Huh. Maybe not. But I really wanted that jerky turkey sandwich. You know. So I heard that Publix employees work for InfoGuard, and people are like, why don't you go get a job at Publix so I can be workplace mobbed? Besides, I have applied at Publix before I even found out about InfoGuard and that they work for InfoGuard. Alex calls himself an InfoGuard stalker. So I applied at least twice, 2 different times, to work at Publix, and I don't even get a call back or a response or nothing. So, and Walmart never hired me, and Target never hires me, Winn-Dixie never hires me, you know, McDonald's never hires me. But I don't want to eat there anyway. I mean, I don't want to work there anyway because human meat in McDonald's. Somebody tweeted that on Twitter last night too about the human meat in McDonald's. So y'all can look it up for yourselves, and also look up HEK 293, and that Soylent Green movie is people. They try to get you to become cannibals without your knowledge or consent. And if you look up adrenochrome, ADRENOCHROME, the elite elixir to stay young. So I don't eat McDonald's no more. I try to stay away from a lot of mainstream fast food, but Jersey Mike's might be fast food, but I don't really think I mean, I can tell the difference between Jersey Mike's and something like Subway, you know, but you never know. But yeah, I pretty much was angered and annoyed and, you know, inconvenienced by that guy named Serena yesterday. You know, But I know Serena wasn't his name. And then also the manager came and talked right up to him. The manager in the deli section. But when I went to go pick up my my coupon for the Christmas dinner um that was paid for me, the manager, that same manager, was rude to me, and they gave me the wrong food and the wrong order anyway. And you know, so it's like when you go to grocery stores, it seems like the people in the deli are usually rude, narcissistic perps, and so it's like they're more rude than the actual cashiers. But sometimes the cashiers are usually rude. But I haven't gone to a grocery store or something and dealt with much of a rude cashier in a long time, except with the exception that fake Walmart. Excuse me. I think it was the last time I went there, and I asked the guy, "Can he double my bag since I gotta walk?" And he gave me this long lecture. He was rude, and then gave me this long lecture about you know about plastics and the oil. I'm like, shut up. I didn't tell him shut up, but I'm thinking in my head, shut up. This ain't Los Angeles where they want to talk about plastics in the ocean and shit like that. Give me my doggone double bag so that the so that when I'm walking, that my stuff doesn't fall. So they can be more secure. But if I had my own vehicle, my own car, then I wouldn't have to worry about asking for double bag. You know, I can have them single bag. But so that's what I did almost throughout the whole week. Dealing with job interviews or applications, and then I have quite a few interviews on Monday. Somebody was from one of the jobs was supposed to have called me back by the end of this week, and she's supposedly off all the way until Tuesday. And they're doing more interviews. And it's like, well, all these people got interviews. What do y'all mean that nobody wants to work? They got a lot of competition still. But I heard nobody wants to work and they need people really bad. But y'all claim that nobody wants to work and that y'all need people really bad. But at the same time, you would rather hire somebody who doesn't come to work every day, or they come when they feel like it and they don't do a great job, versus somebody like me. You won't even give me a chance. But those are the ones who you promote to manager. But yeah, I mean, people, they won't tell you their secrets, or they don't want to tell you their secrets to success. And now I know why, because you sold your soul to the devil. That's why. That's the reason how you get to own your own business and become successful, and people can help you out. But if I ask them, well, how can I get help to run my own business or be an entrepreneur or something like that, and they act like they don't want to help me. They figure, oh, well, she ain't to be trusted with secrets, our Masonic secrets, So, and they figure a quote unquote retarded person like me ain't got no business running a business. They figure you can't even handle yourself. I'm like, you don't even know me. But the online perps make a false smear campaign and false rumors saying that Candy is homeless on the streets because she never paid her bills on time, and she never paid her bills and rent on time and stuff like that. I've seen one of the perps lie and say that. Now, like you really think you know me, huh? That has nothing to do with why I ended up homeless. I already told you why in how I ended up homeless. I never really had an issue with paying my bills and rent on time and stuff. Like even here, every Thursday night, because I came here, it was a Wednesday night at the end of September. I paid $100 off the plus tax off the app the first 2 nights, and then that Friday, I think it was October 1st, and I got paid. Because the third falls on fell on a Sunday. So the manager, asked me about if I wanted to do a week here, for $300, and I said, yeah. He said, well, homeless no more, on the streets no more. And so then, if I'm supposed to be on the streets no more, he would, I would work, and accumulate my daily pay. And then, when I first started working at the high school, and I was getting like overtime. And then, a couple of hours overtime, like 42, 43 hours, no more than 43 hours, but mainly, but wow, that $18 an hour would have been a great big help, but I only got it for like 2 or 3 hours for the first 2 or 3 weeks, and working on Saturdays, also working 6 days a week. So then when I got to the middle school, no work on weekends, plus then after another couple of more weeks, then they shortened the hours on Wednesdays, and so I was only working 34 hours a week rather than 42 or 43. And so I almost thought I was confident enough that I thought I was going to be able to get enough to get my own permanent place to live and a car. I was trying to shop around for both. And I thought I had that confidence that I was going to. And then right after, that's when they put me at the middle school, and my hours shortened, and they made it like I was such a great asset, and they wanted to hire me on and whatever. But then I noticed some crooked stuff going on, and being workplace mobbed, and dealing with Mr. John, then later on Miss Brenda and Miss Creola, and other perps and stuff. So that's the thing. Like, and another target said the same thing, that and I watched her. It was like the video 2019, and she said that right when she started to try to get a little bit of success or back on her feet, that's when they bought. And it was a white female who said this too, and she said that that's when they put her more like. I'm just paraphrasing what she said. They put her back to square one, or they make sure they put a halt to her advancing and succeeding. Like in 2019, right when I started to feel confident, I started to get full-time hours, and at the Roger Scott pool, and I was being workplace mobbed by teenagers and children who act like they thought they had high authority over me. And it's like, I wish there was some adult authority figure to put them in their place. Since I wasn't allowed to do it. They call themselves trying to think they can discipline and handle me and put me in my place. And in Pensacola, you can work at 14. So these 14-year-old children think that they can order me around and tell me what to do, and try to treat me like I lack common sense. But even other targets, I don't see them being treated like. They just get like a little harassed, but bossed around and told what to do by children. I don't see other targets being treated like that. I'm the only one that I know. But certain other targeted individuals say the gang stalkers don't want them with a car either. But, you know, or if you already have a business, they destroy it. Or if you got a house, that they try to bully you out of your own house and manipulate you and force you back on the streets and stuff. So I kind of feel like don't judge that person standing on the corner holding a sign, because you never know what that person went through. And not knowing the agendas of what's going on and why their lives are so fucked up, that might be why they turn to drugs. You know, but not always. Most targets that are homeless are not on drugs. Most targets that are homeless are not on drugs. But the homeless people who do be on drugs, that be the perps. But then they project their drugginess onto me. I cannot tell you what fentanyl looks like. I cannot tell you what I can't describe to you. I don't know. I can't even tell you what color. I don't know what crystal meth looks like. I don't know how to use it. All I know is the name. And supposedly it can cause you to lose all your teeth. But fentanyl or some of these other opioids and narcotics, these street drugs, I'm mostly ignorant to that, to my knowledge about that. In the same way, I can't tell you much of anything about quantum physics. In the same way, I don't know that much about taxes and how I know some stuff about taxes, and I don't know that much about law and stuff like that, or the justice system. I don't know all that much about all that. I'm ignorant to a lot of things, even though some people say I'm highly intelligent. But I can tell you, certain things about. I don't know everything, but I can tell you certain things about natural health, or I know a little bit of certain things about the Bible, and I can't tell you about how marriage operates. I've never been married, so I can't give advice on marriage if I've never been married. But I'll listen. But I read up on. I'm no expert, but I read up enough about narcissism that I can tell you if your husband is a narc. But sometimes you got to be careful, because if you say that if you try to convince me that your husband is a narc, but then sometimes it might be you, or vice versa. If your husband might try to convince me you're the narc, or that's controlling, and you don't know who's the real narc using projection or who's the real victim sometimes, But anyway, I got all the way off topic. But anyway, back to what I was saying, that I wanted to say that with my tooth, between the back tooth on the right side, it was bleeding a lot for some reason, and then a few other teeth nearby were bleeding a lot, and two teeth, like the abscess tooth and two teeth in front of it, seemed like they were trying to be loose, trying to be very loose. And so after the past couple of days with the oil pulling, they don't seem that loose right now, So I heard that coconut oil strengthens and tightens teeth, and I heard it strengthen your hair if you do if you do the oil pulling. In my past, there have been times when, excuse me, that my teeth will be white and face more clear within three. All it would take is 3 days. That my teeth are whiter and my face is more clear. But right now, I feel like a funny taste on my mouth. And if you got white stuff, your tongue is supposed to be pink. But I got a little white on my tongue, and I can taste it. And I didn't realize that they said that's oral thrush. So, but I've been brushing my teeth throughout the week, mainly with baking soda and the salt. So I must got a lot of junk that needs to come out of my body. I need a lot of junk that needs to come out of me. I wish this room right here, I wish it had a bathtub too. Um, but you know, the remodeled fancy rooms, they got, like the room next door right there has a bathtub. But I think it might, because it's more remodeled and newer, it might cost a little more, so I can't afford that. But I wish I could. I can't wait to get to have an opportunity to take detox baths again. If I can put the bentonite clay and some peppermint, a couple of drops of peppermint oil. No, that's stimulating, but lavender oil is relaxing. And some baking soda, and well, I can either use the pink Himalayan salt or Epsom salt, plus the bentonite clay. And if it was summer or hot, I can use add coconut oil to soften my skin as well, and that could be like a great detox bath. And over time, you can sleep a little better and have end up losing weight effortlessly, and then and certain infection or toxin can be drawn out by that too. But anyway, back to what's been going on. I don't know how does my mind get off track, so forgive me. And I'm still feeling mildly that sleep deprived feeling, so I'm sorry that I'm all over the place. But I'm not going to have this video be a whole 3 hours. I wasn't planning to have this video to be a whole 3 hours long. So, well, so what I was trying to say was, well, it's like I pay usually since I know that the cycle for me paying every week, so if I started on a Friday evening for the weekly the weekly stay, and then that which would mean I would have to check out at, I guess, 11 o'clock on a Friday morning. And I pay on time every week. And usually I pay on, most of the time, especially when I was working, I would pay on Thursday night. But I don't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. He said the system was down. I think it was Thanksgiving. And he told me to just wait. And so I paid that Saturday. It was more than once I dealt with him saying the system was down. But one time I gave him cash when he said the system was down. And another time I had to just wait. until Saturday or something. But I pretty much pay on time every time. But this agency helped me out for about 3 weeks, and they said that they can't help no more. So I wasn't told that they was, and I was like, if I pay everything on time, how or why am I three? Why are y'all saying that I'm, you know, 70 that I have an outstanding $78 balance? If y'all would have told me that, I would have paid that. Or I'm trying to figure out why or how if I pay everything on time. How are y'all saying that I have a outstanding $78 balance? And so the um the people at the agency said that they paid off that $78 balance that the motel tried to say I owed, and nobody notified me until Thursday morning. And so I contacted the agency and I contacted the front office, and it's like, you know so it's like I wasn't even told why. He just was like, don't worry about it or whatever. But he called me up saying that they were getting on him about me, like, and it was like Thursday morning. They said, well, if you don't have the money or whatever, then you're gonna have to be out of here by 12:30 and be back on the streets or whatever. So if they paid, and they said something's not right here, because they said that they paid up until the 7th. So it's on the 6th Thursday morning, and they were, he said the higher ups got on him. And it's like, wait a minute, but they said they paid up to the 7th. And he wouldn't let me explain, and he was like, he just suggested I go get a job somewhere. I told y'all with my disability, I want to work, but with my disability, I got certain limitations. So I can't work just any and every job. But people can think they can just throw anything at me or suggest anything to me. And nobody wants to help me with what I'm able to do or what I want to do. I mean, even if I never left the middle school, they cut off that assignment, that temp assignment anyway. But, I mean, if they were to hire me on, I can't work around people like Miss Brenda and Mr. John and them. But then, they're going to have some more reptilian demonic perps elsewhere. So people want to make sure I don't get any support or help from my ebooks or anything like that, or anything else that I try to do. Like, I'm not allowed to make a living. I'm not allowed to make my own money or nothing. And then you punish me even harder for trying to beg or panhandle to try to survive, because, I mean, all because I'm not evil like y'all. And so the online perps, they want to watch all my doggone videos just so that they can get their laughs to hear me, quote unquote, hear how quote unquote crazy I sound. But they're the ones who's brainwashed, and only people with narcissistic personalities act like that. That there are plenty of other people, things. I mean, you're missing out on your life worried about what I do all day, every day. But I guess, am I worth that good of money? How come it's okay for you to make money off of me, but I can't make money off of myself and for myself, off of my own work? So yeah, so if those people said they paid up for the 7th, up until the 7th, why the hell was why the hell they had me pay on the 6th? or else I was gonna be out of here like soon. And so all I had enough money for was one more week from my Social Security check. I mean, they won't even let me try to straighten it out, like straighten out this confusion, because I don't even know if he must have thought it was Friday or if they thought it was Friday, but I wasn't supposed to have to pay until like by Friday. But they you know rushing me to pay on Thursday, like a day early. But as I said, and those people from that agency, they said that they even said that they paid up until the people from the agency, they even said that they paid up until Friday. But and then through the little fundraiser thing that I've accumulated just enough for another week. So when next Thursday or Friday comes, then next Thursday or Friday come, then I will have enough for one more week. And then after that, if I haven't found a job or gotten any more help or anything, then let's see. Next Friday is the 14th. Well, by the 20th or 21st, I would probably have to end up being back on the streets again. But I hate when you try to talk to somebody about something important and they hurry up and rush you off the phone and won't allow you to explain yourself. Because something is totally mixed up. I wouldn't have let myself get $78 behind. I don't do stuff like that. So I don't know. And they didn't even tell me. They just let me know at the last minute. Because it was like, I think it was somewhere around 10, between 10 and no, I think it was about 10 o'clock was when he called me and told me, you know, and then that one job he suggested that I mean he was making a few suggestions of where to go apply, and I can't work around loud music. I can't work around noise, and I can't deal with workplace harassment, bullying, mobbing, or whatever. So I mean, I wish I had help with. I mean, but I can't have a work at home or work from home position because I don't have hardwired internet, and so I don't know how people get those jobs with work from anywhere. That I mean, if that they can use Wi-Fi or they can use a hotspot to do whatever work and get paid, they won't tell me those secrets either. But there are certain things I want to say, but I can't really say, so I can't say everything, at the moment. But they had this lady that I met. It was right before Hurricane Sally in 2020, and it was right after um our birthday, me and my twin sister. It was like the beginning of September, and it was right before the Labor Day holiday, like the weekend. I think it was that Saturday before Labor Day. She met me, and she had her daughter with her, and I was walking with all those bags from Winn Dixie, and she offered me a ride, and me and her started talking, and talking about a few little, our background about personal situations. And she seemed open minded that that I was able to tell her about the gang stalking, and I even showed her, pointed to her all those one headlight vehicles and stuff. So she and her daughter, they bought me a care package, and they also put me in a hotel room, and but there was another hotel. I mean, it was a motel or something close to the Greyhound station that she tried to put me in, but they double charged her and then scammed her, and then I didn't even get to get in that hotel or motel. So I thought that she got mad at me about that situation. Well, I know that wasn't my fault at all, but she wanted to try to help me. And I think she may have given me a little money too. I don't remember. And so I thought that she was mad at me about that situation, or I thought the perps must have got to her, and she was talking about wanting to get me an apartment in Navarre, and she said she was going to co-sign on the apartment for me. And I thought the perps may have gotten to her, or gotten her head or something, because if I find a new friend or a new boyfriend or potential boyfriend or friend or something, the perps, they be on my ass so heavy, like right up on my tail, and I end up losing that person as a friend, or they quit talking to me or whatever. So, well, anyway, I saw her and her daughter yesterday, and she said that after Hurricane Sally, she said she was worried about me and looking for me at that spot, and I wasn't there. But she said that she was excited, surprised to see me looking great, and that I'm looking good and I'm looking better, and she can tell that I'm doing better. Excuse me, and stuff like that. Excuse me. Excuse me. And so I thought that she turned against me because I tried to contact her, and she said that she had got a new phone, and that when she got a new phone, she said that she thought she transferred my number too. Because I was wondering why. I thought that she blocked my number. So I thought I felt played, or I thought that she made false promises. And I was, all angry and upset and feeling disappointed and betrayed and everything. Because as I said, she said that she was gonna co-sign on an apartment for me, and she offered. I didn't even ask. She offered to co-sign me, an apartment, in Navarre. And so I didn't know what was going on. So, I thought she stood me up, but she also a time, definitely once on a Sunday, and I don't remember. I think it could have been twice, but it was definitely once that she took me to my storage unit. You know, and helped me get some things that I needed and stuff like that. So yesterday she mentioned something about that she was gonna help me, get a job. But then you know I feel like I don't want to bombard her and ask her, about well, hey, remember when you said that you were going to help me get a job, or whatever. I don't know what job opportunity she has, but um I'm not knowledgeable about a lot of different things. I only can write about what I know about. Well, she suggested maybe some writing job opportunities I can do, but um as I said, I can't write a topic about substance abuse if I don't do it. But I would have to go out and do some doggone research, about substance abuse. And But then again, yeah, something like that, people who would write like articles on substance abuse is maybe mainly through research. I doubt if they, you know, do substance abuse themselves and they can, do like a research paper. But there are some people who are saying there should be no reason for you to be have a bachelor's degree and gotta go work at Walmart or McDonald's somewhere. But that's what most people want to suggest. Oh, why don't you get and they won't hire me anyway. Oh, why don't you go work at Dairy Queen? Have you tried there? All those damn kids and teenagers to be bossed around and bullied by at Dairy Queen, and they gotta be my supervisors. But you know, my first job, my senior year in high school, was severe workplace mobbing at Popeyes and on um yeah, it was on the corner of the West Bank Expressway and Lafayette Street in Gretna. It was probably like 5 or 10 minute walk from the fake foster mom's house in Gretna. And you freaking workplace mobbing towards a 17-year-old minor. Yeah, I've been targeted. And at first they didn't want to give me a chance. But and I mean no job wanted to give me a chance and I was, desperate for a job. You, you know, and so they took advantage of that. I mean, they just did me so dirty at Popeyes, my first job. And like, how can you have a person to be blacklisted before their first job? I mean, and my twin sister, her first job came like that, you know. But some people say, oh, the reason why your twin sister get the incentives you don't is because she's compliant with the program. She's compliant with the program and you weren't. But I mean, I didn't know anything about this or Freemasonry or anything like that growing up. Nothing. I didn't know then what I know now. They kept me in the dark. So, I mean, we were too young to even know what was going on. And they were counting on me to die in ignorance and die without knowing the agendas of what's, of how everything operates. I don't know how everything operates, but, generally speaking, everything, but not specifically every nook and cranny of everything. So I had some potatoes, two little containers of potatoes that you just throw. There were baby potatoes and you just throw them in a microwave. And I didn't realize that they had expired, and I was wondering what was that smell in my bag. And some of the rotten potato juice had normally I don't waste food, you know. I feel bad when I do, if something ends up going to waste or going bad. But I didn't realize they had expired, and so I had to throw that away. But I got me some more food yesterday, and as I say, now I guess for the moment I'm good until the right day is supposed to be January 21st, not the 20th or 19th. So I wasn't even late. If they paid up until the 7th, why would they get on him and yell at him? And then he, at the last minute, told me, I'm like, but y'all didn't tell me this. They did not even in December, nobody told me, oh, you got a $78 outstanding balance. Because if y'all did tell me, I would have paid it. But I'm like, where is this coming from if I paid everything on time every week and was never really late? Unless you told me to come back on a Saturday because the machines or whatever the computer wasn't working or whatever. You know, but I'm usually good with staying on top of paying every week. Unless, if I didn't have the money, then I would have to be back on the streets. I wouldn't be trying to stay here unpaid or nothing like that. I don't do stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know what confusion is going on. And I have not gotten any closure or a proper answer. I got rushed off the phone when trying to straighten things out. Or trying to figure out what's going on. So I guess today, it's 1:17 at the moment. And I've been on here for a little bit over a half hour, but I'm not gonna do the whole 3 hours. And so I guess I'll have some more chicken today. Chicken. And I think I haven't had chicken in a little while, but usually chicken and pork is always the most readily available. It's kind of hard to be able to get beef or afford beef and seafood sometimes, But so I'm gonna have some chicken and vegetables and some of the kimchi. I'm gonna try to remind myself to eat some of the kimchi for my probiotics. And I plan to have no dessert today. And I don't know if I should have rice. If I should have rice with my chicken. I don't know. But I'll figure something out. And I'll try to get some more good fats in by having some more coconut oil. I didn't have coconut oil yet today, but only to do the oil pulling. Oh, and when you do the oil pulling, you got to spit it in the trash. Don't spit it in the sink because it will clog the sink. And don't swallow it because all the toxins, you don't want to re-swallow the toxins that you just pulled out. And then you got to rinse your mouth and then brush your teeth. And you got to do it on an empty stomach early in the morning, the oil pulling. So I guess I'll keep at it. And maybe I should try to have some space after dinner. Wait like 3 hours and then try to put the charcoal poultice right here inside my mouth and then try to elevate the pillows, and maybe I won't have to worry about the fear of swallowing the cotton pad. I should try it again. Oh, and I should have some I think I'm gonna have me some garlic. Oh, last night I didn't think I was gonna survive. I thought I was going to die. That I took some pre-peeled garlic and I snipped off the ends, and then I bit into 2 cloves of garlic and I set them aside for 10 minutes. And that's when, because that allicin, ALLICIN, the allicin in the garlic, it activates if you try to crush, bite, or chop the garlic and then let it sit for at least 10 minutes. and then the raw garlic, and they said not to have any more than two cloves of garlic a day, because they said that you can have stomach upset or problems, But I've seen people, they cook with garlic, which is a different story. And if they cook with garlic, it's a they can put a lot of garlic in their food when they cook. But with the raw garlic, you got a certain limit from what I researched. And so my mouth was on fire. I thought I was gonna die. I didn't think I was gonna survive. My mouth burning so bad. And so the white strawberries, I guess they call it pine berries. I'm gonna try to have some of those too. Some of the pine berries and the chicken and vegetables. I guess I'll just eat 2 meals today, and I'm gonna have me some kimchi as well. The kimchi. Let me show y'all the kimchi. Some of y'all might not know what kimchi is. It's Korean fermented vegetables that's supposed to have probiotics that help with your gut. And they got kimchi has garlic too. It's supposed to help with your immune system. So this is the kimchi. And it has Napa cabbage, chili pepper, carrot, garlic, green onion, cane sugar, onion, and sea salt and ginger. So it's supposed to help put the good bacteria in your gut, not the bad bacteria. So this is the proper coconut oil to use. You see how it's white? It's not supposed to be yellow. It's supposed to be white or clear. Clear when it's melted, but white when it's solid. So it has a variety of healing. And see how this is raw, unfiltered honey? This is how the kind of honey you're supposed to have if you want to eat honey. And organic raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. You see the stuff at the bottom? It's so and so I also take a cap full of this mixed in water or drink. This right here, you shake it up first, and then put a cap full. It's like a tablespoon. This right here. Trying to detox. And of course, there's pink Himalayan salt. This and some baking soda I use in water to brush my teeth, or I brush my teeth with the clay, or sometimes I brush my teeth with the coconut oil, but don't spit it in the sink because they'll stop up the sink. So you got to spit it in the trash. They see they. Don't, I'm gonna say it again because they try to stall my video. So don't put don't spit the coconut oil into the toilet or the sink because they'll clog it up. So you gotta spit it thoroughly in the trash. And so y'all know what baking soda looks like. Y'all know what baking soda looks like. And so some people say that this is kind of a waste, but I still feel the numbing effects, with this if I add this to my toothbrushing regimen too sometimes. And this Nature's Way activated charcoal, it I heard that activated charcoal, bentonite clay, and coconut oil, either one of those can help cure food poisoning. So I have the capsules, and you take 2 capsules, but I break the capsules open so I can have immediate effects. I like break the capsules, and I break the capsules and put it in the water, if I'm gonna detox my body. And one time I was by my brother Pete's house over 5 years ago. I'd say about 5.5 years ago. And one time I used activated charcoal that cleaned off his stove and cleaned difficult pots and pans too, and it worked. I mean, and cleaned out the oven too. I mean, you'll be amazed. Like, it would activated charcoal, it'll get out all that gunk. you know. So this Crisco oil right here is not good. GMO soybean oil. But I use the Crisco oil for the gnat trap. I use that oil and the apple cider vinegar for the gnat trap. So, with my internet, I don't know if it's gonna upload now or if the internet is gonna start acting right now, or if I gotta wait until later. The Wi-Fi is not acting right now, but whenever it works is when this video can get uploaded. But other than that, I'll see y'all.